Welcome everyone to Arts, Crafts, and everything in between. Hello, I am your host, Eileen, aka Eileen the Little Crafter. I can be found at www.eileenthelittlecrafter.com is my website. You could find my YouTube videos for crafting, blog posts, and photos. Alrighty guys, today I really didn't have a show in mind, but as I, believe it or not, was walking through a museum, a funny thing happened. I noticed that there were lack of manners. So today's topic is what happened to manners. I don't know about you, but and it's not only the kids, it is the adults as well. I know that a lot of people do not speak English. I get that. Or they're soft-spoken. But at least make an attempt. I can't speak loud. I don't know, like my voice, when I speak to people, it's not as loud or commanding or whatever the case may be. I know that I have to say excuse me more than once. So, I know that. And I also know that, there are a lot of different people, from different countries and stuff like that. But I kind of feel like, I don't know, like it's frustrating. It really is. Even if someone says, escúchame, or permiso, or something, like gesture, or even pointing, like point. At that point, I would be like, sure, okay, excuse me, okay, but make an attempt to let a person know that you want to go this way and you're not just trying to push them or bump into them. Now, if it was an honest mistake because, you thought you had enough room or the person moved, sorry, is universal. It just extended, whoa. I don't know. I love people. I enjoy talking to them. I love learning new things about people, but this fact about people, I do not enjoy. And I don't know if it's because I'm just old-fashioned or because I'm getting older. I've heard as you get older, little things start to bother you more. And I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me. And I know that there are kids out there that have a lot of special needs. I am very, very 100 sympathetic towards that because I do have a child with special needs, and I know that sometimes he could be disruptive, and I am very apologetic for that because I know that there are a lot of people out there that don't feel comfortable around children, especially with children with special needs. With that being said, I just think that, there are a lot of people that use, children as an excuse to get away with being rude. And I don't think that's fair. Yes, they are children, but they are children that need to be taught, hey, you gotta, use a certain indoor voice. And I know that some museums are, you can run around but I don't know. I just feel like, just at least teach them to say excuse me if they bump into somebody, or just try, tell them, be careful, don't bump into them. I don't even hear those kind of warnings anymore. It's just something that, or maybe I didn't hear because I wasn't in earshot. So, I gotta give that a break. But at the same time, if you're gonna, this one instance, the child was trying to skip us and he wanted to hurry up as we were waiting in line to get into one of the museums museum here in New York, and he was also bumping into me, and he bumped into me quite a number of times, and it was really annoying. And I'm the kind of person, I don't like to be bumped into. I know that it happens, especially in a crowded city, so I try to be, respectful and not say anything. But it was just so annoying, and it was like, now, he was like, no, and she was like, a minute, and I was like, holy smokes. I kind of felt sorry for her, but at the same time, even with my son with special needs, I just feel like he's standing there quietly. And I don't know if it's because maybe we've worked with him longer than maybe she has. I'm not saying that, the child has special needs, but maybe it could be that. Maybe because he was too young to understand conception, not conception, understanding time it could be an issue. And I don't know why I say conception. Oh, yeah. Maybe I need another cup of coffee. You know how it goes. It's like you have the word at the tip of your tongue and something else comes out. Distracting. Anyway, guys, so I think what it boils down to, yes, this is kind of a rant, and I apologize if anybody is offended by this. This is just my thoughts, my opinion. I just feel that sometimes you kind of feel like common sense is not common anymore, and manners has just completely, been thrown out the window. And, it's not only about waiting on lines, it's even in grocery stores, it's department stores. I've seen this. When people are walking down the street, I was walking to my local corner store, and what we call a bodega, and this kid was spitting, and instead of spitting in the opposite of direction of me, he spat towards me, and he spat on my foot. And I was wearing what I call chancletas, or flip-flops, and I was like, I didn't say anything because I was in shock. Like, I've never had that happen, and I think that he didn't do it on purpose, but I just kind of felt like common sense. If people are in that direction, why don't you spit in the opposite direction, or don't spit at all? That's just me. I'm anti-spitting. And when you're walking around with a baby carriage, which I know it's hard, you want to maneuver, and people want to, kind of cross over you and cross over your baby, with while you're, rolling your coche, or stroller, another word I use a lot. I get that, but don't use it as a barricade so, people can't pass. I find it so disrespectful. If you see somebody, try and move it out the way. Like, I would never do that. I honestly, people would say, oh, well, just push it, just go, like, I wouldn't want to be that type of a person to kind of push people out of the way with my coche, because I kind of felt that was being very rude and disrespectful, and that's just something I personally don't do, and I feel that it shouldn't be done. But at the same time, I don't think that people should try and hurry up and push you out of the way just because you have a coche, or a stroller or a baby carriage. I feel that, there are people that are very disrespectful, and I also feel that there are very people, that are disrespectful, and in terms of wanting anti-kids, like they don't want kids here. And mind you, some of these places that they don't want kids in are places where kids should be, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword here. And I don't think that that's very fair to parents, and I don't think that it's fair to parents that put their children on top of kids in certain places that kids shouldn't be either. So it's a very thin and crazy line that we walk in as human beings. And I just think that we should try and be more respectful to each other and try and use our words, our thoughts, and our feelings in a positive, forcing to a better generation, to help us foster in a new generation so that we can give hope and prosperity in some type of a way to the next generation, and show them that we can do things in a right way, in a proper way. And if this sounds corny, I'm sorry, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I just look forward to a place or being a part of a good community and being a good neighbor and being a good person in general, and try to send out those good vibes, and I think that every religion has that. And I think that if we, regardless of your faith, wish people good greetings and good love and good hope and good prosperity, that it will come out regardless of what they may believe or what they may think. Because it's just good common sense, people. And people shouldn't have to wear shirts that common sense isn't common, and I'm seriously, thinking about getting that shirt, but adding and manners have gone out the window, seriously. So, and if I do, I will post it on my blog. Alrighty, guys, enough blabbing. I hope that you have all had a wonderful weekend. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for, especially those on YouTube who have been watching my, listening to my podcast, my podcast. My podcast. My podcast. It has meant the world to me. I am so super excited. I am enjoying these podcasts, and I am learning my niche, my groove. It's been so fun, and I also hope that you guys who are listening on the podcast check out my YouTube channel, which you can also find all that information on my blog or site, whatever it is you call the thingy. In case you are interested in just heading on over to my YouTube channel, it is HK Star Eyes, or just look up the Little Crafter Show. It is, I try to have a show weekly, Mixed Media Monday, ATC Tuesdays, Tag It, I think it's Tag It Thursdays or Tag It Wednesdays. I always forget. But lately I've been kind of flip-flopping, and I've been kind of having a staycation with my family. So that's been pretty exciting and fun. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying myself. So I will see you guys next week, or you'll hear my voice next week. And thank you for listening, and bye for now.